It's like 12:03 a.m. and I decided to walk home instead of taking the train because there are more Pokestops that way. Is this a cry for help? So I just got off my about 4-hour train ride from Frankfurt to Berlin, and like the total dunce I am, I forgot to eat anything. The good news is I found out that they have an outpost of Curry 36, which is kind of the place to go in Berlin for currywurst. If you're not familiar with it, it's a delicious German sausage covered in a curry ketchup, and it's kind of one of the main things you're supposed to do here. So we're gonna knock this off the checklist. All right, let's try this thing, yeah? Yeah, that instantly just makes ketchup taste better. Sausage is good. This is a snack. I could eat this every day. So now that I'm full of delicious currywurst and frites, to the task. We're starting our journey here in Berlin at 7,992 Pokestops on our Sightseer badge. If you notice that number's higher than last time you saw it, it's because I've already been in Germany for a day. I spent yesterday in Frankfurt, where we spent almost 350 new stops. But we've got work to do. My hotel's not that far from here, so I'm gonna walk along that. We're gonna catch some of the more interesting sights in Berlin on our first day here. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of funny that there's no picture for the Brandenburg Gate. It's been a pretty good day, although it's really hot in Berlin and very muggy. But after a long day of grinding, we stopped at Maximilian's here near Checkpoint Charlie and a lot of the old Berlin Wall fragments to get some good old-fashioned German cuisine. I got myself some pork neck with some dumplings, a Helles, which is one of my favorite styles of beer. If you have an opportunity to have a Helles, it's one of the best summer beers you can get, but just a fabulous way to end my first day here in the city. Well, that's a wrap on GoFest 2022 here in Berlin. We spent the last 3 days here in the Battle Arena coaching them up, teaching people to play PvP, enjoying some really entertaining battles. But you know what makes me really hungry? Battling. So now it's time. So my after GoFest plan was always to go get some doner kebab, but I talked to some of the locals and they had a recommendation for me and something I've never had. So I'm going to get some Sudanese food. I'm jumping on the train. We're gonna see how that goes. So this is Sahara Imbiss. You probably know about as much about this as I do. Honestly, very surprised and very good. Essentially what I had was a platter of chicken halloumi and we'll call it peanut sauce. It was a delicious, spicy, peanutty pile of goodness. I also had something the Germans I was with called, or they basically sold to me as, it's Coca-Cola with orange in it. It's called Spezi. It was also delicious and delightful, and all of this was really, really great and genuinely surprising. And I don't know how representative it is of all of Sudanese cuisine. I know that's a very large country, but it was quite Mediterranean. It reminded me a lot of, say, a kebab platter, but different in like the best kind of ways. Hey, well, it's my last day here in Berlin, and gosh, it's been kind of a whirlwind, but I've got a lot of eating today. Our plan today, donuts, kebab, and then we're on a train to Frankfurt for hopefully a final last meal and account at how we did Pokestop wise here in Germany. It's early, it's real nice, and there's donuts in our future. So, Berlin has a donut. I mean, or at least you think it has a donut. You probably recall a bit about a famous US president telling the people of Germany that he's a donut, because they call it donut Berliner, which is not actually what they call donuts here in Berlin. But either way, I've come to Bakery Ludwig, and gosh, look at the size of this donut. It's like a softball, and I am really, really excited to put this in my mouth. I know all about the cliches, but 2 German police officers just walked into this joint to buy donuts, so I think I might have made a good choice. Like most of the world's most delicious things, there's no elegant way for me to eat this thing. Look at this. Look at this. So we're just gonna eat it. This is a strawberry-filled raised donut. The strawberry's different than I expected. It's not as sweet, which is really good because the frosting is super sweet, but it's good, it's tart. I like it. I normally go for jelly-filled donuts, but this is pretty tasty. So something you'll notice, I first noticed them in Frankfurt and I noticed them in Berlin as well, are all of these Stolpersteins. And I was curious what they were because I saw so many of them. And it turns out each and every one of them commemorates somebody who was taken during the Holocaust. It's placed at the last known location where they lived and details their eventual fate. All right, well, almost every list of doner kebab places to go in Berlin includes this place. This is Imren. Their secret, apparently, lamb fat. We're gonna put this in our mouths, yes? I don't know what you expect me to say. This is as delicious as it looks. Meat's good. Sauce has a good spicy kick to it. The bread is crispy and delicious and fresh. I mean, I'm sure there are plenty of great places to get a kebab in Berlin, but yeah, this one's really, really good. Back where we started, huh? I'm at Berlin Central Station, headed back to Frankfurt for one more night here in Germany. So far, we're net 1,300 new Pokestops while we've been here. Let's see if we can push that a little further with our last night here in town. I'll see you on the other side. I'm back in Frankfurt. I have time for just one meal. So I'm gonna do something very Frankfurt. I'm gonna go to an Applewein restaurant. And I'm going to Adolf Wagner, which is one of the older Applewein places in the city. You may imagine that it is apple wine because it's how it's produced. And guess what? You'd be kind of right. It's somewhere between cider and wine. It's delicious. We're also gonna get some schnitzel with the very Frankfurt green sauce, which is a fresh sauce of herbs and goodies. So yeah, let's get it. Well, I'm sat down in Frankfurt for my final meal of the trip. Final count, Pokestops in Germany, 8,855. That's a net gain of way more than 1,000 in my time here. If anything, I just wish I had more time. But you know what? It's been a great trip. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Until next time, friends. Cheers.